Hello, Octoco Whites. I am Sean. Okay. Firstly, 14 years since Gary Speed died today. Is obviously still highly regarded in all the Leeds United fan base. His memory will live on for a long time. He was certainly a cult hero back in the Wilco day, and I will obviously fondly remember the great times with him at the club. So yeah, thoughts with his family today. Right, let's get into this. So Daniel Farke's sacking wasn't as imminent as we thought. Yes, we got a little bit excited, got a little bit carried away with ourselves. But it's what I want. You know, I'm not going to speak for everybody else, but it's what a lot of fans want. But it's what I want. I think it's time for a change of manager. I did get a little bit excited, put a video out. Had to say the video has done really well, but I love the comment regarding myself looking a bit like Holly from Red Dwarf, and that is because I was sat in my car in the dark. It was 3:30 in the morning. As you can see, there you go. Yes, I do. Lovely. I love that comment. Great stuff. But yeah, Daniel Farke has got a bit more time. I still think he's going to happen. I can't see anything changing in regards to style or formation, although what he said in the presser today, which we will get into, suggesting he's going to be probably forced into this. Looking at the fixtures, I'll bring them up as well. Obviously, we know we've got a tough run, Man City. Then we've got 3 days later, Chelsea. 4 days later, Chelsea. 3 days after that, then we've got Liverpool. We all thought it probably after the Liverpool game, depending on how results go. If we can somehow miraculously get a result against City, you know, maybe a win with the Chelsea, Liverpool at home, is going to be given a bit more time, isn't it? If it doesn't, if it all goes wrong and we get nothing from those games, I still think he goes after the Liverpool game. I know in the presser, which we'll talk about, is talked about, you know, we need better in January, maybe bringing a few more players in January. I don't know if he's got that long. Then 8 days after the Liverpool game, we have Brentford. So for me, with an 8-day period, it would be an ideal time to bring a new manager in if it all goes wrong. If it doesn't, fine. That means we've done well against some of the top teams. But it's hard for me and it's hard for a lot of the fans and a lot of people to see any change in what Daniel Farke's doing. And that's the worry. And that is the worry. So we'll get into the presser, and it's funny, you know, Adam Pope and Beren Cross putting out on the same day as rumours flying about that there's, you know, his sacking is being sacked. That obviously Daniel Farke will be holding the press conference today, which has just happened. Is that sort of no, he's not gone? I think it were a little bit like that, wasn't it? He's not gone, he's still here. I still think there's been conversations behind closed doors. I think there's still a lot of rumours flying about. You know, people close to the club. I've said that the writing's on the wall. Now, I don't know what to believe, how to believe these people, or what. It's a lot of hearsay, but it pricks your ears up, doesn't it? Right, into presser. He didn't look happy to me. I thought, he don't look a bit happy at first. I thought he looks a bit stern. Have words being said? Or does he, obviously, will he have heard these rumours that he'd been sacked? I don't know. Anyway, team news, not good. Stack missing, we knew he would be. Concussion injury, but Longstaff out 4 to 6 weeks. Which is it a big loss? Or is now Daniel Farke going to be forced to use some of the squad in a Tanaka? You know, we've seen this before. A couple of seasons ago, he was Tanaka's on the bench, didn't get game time. We had injuries to Gruev and Ampadu, who was forced to use him. So for me, Tanaka's got to come in. Possibly there as well. Gruev needs to step in as well. I don't think, who else have we got? We haven't really, have we? So with Stat missing for this game and Longstaff, for me, it is Gruev and Tanaka. We're going to have to come into that midfield with Ampadu. He did talk about a tough run of fixtures. We know that. And he's going to rotate the squad. I'm not sure how, or, I think he's going to rotate certain players. He obviously can't rotate the whole squad, but the likes of Dan James, Willie Nonto, we may see obviously Nemecha DCL swapping. He's going to have to do that. I can't see him rotating any of the back four, unless he brings Bijol back in, which is a possibility. He won't drop Rodon. Rodon's obviously a mainstay. He plays every game. Ampadu as well. There's 2 or 3 players there where you wouldn't take out. Okafor, maybe we could see Okafor coming out for Nonto on that left-hand side. So we have options. It's just that midfield now with Stack missing. Hopefully he'll be back for the Chelsea game, where there won't be much rotation. It will be Gruev, Tanaka and Ampadu. Again, he's sticking up for himself regarding recent results. And, I sort of switch off sometimes with him, but I have to try and keep focused. But when he starts going on about stats, when obviously we're second in the league behind Manchester City on like running stats, distances covered, these sort of metrics. And it's all well and good, but these don't win you games. And that's what the worry is. I can understand what he's saying. On paper, we do look good. We have matched teams in games. We know this. We can see it ourselves. The Villa first half, we said we matched them physically. We do get stuck into these teams. It's not just about that. For me, again, it is man management. Not management. It is in-game management, and that's the issue. And he sort of skirts around that. He talked about, obviously the stats are so good. We're doing this, doing that. We're topping this. We're high in that. We're just not being effective enough in front of goal. And yeah, okay, we can say it is down to recruitment, but again, you were part of that. So I'm not. You've brought these players in as well, so it's got to be a bit on you as well. We talk about the recruitment team; they've not been good enough this season, but maybe change it. Again, you need to change your tactics to sort of try and make us a bit more effective. And again, we've got. I still think one of us best finishers sitting on the bench. We know DCL's not an out-and-out goal scorer. Nemecha's done great this season. 3 goals so far. Being in the right place at the right time. But I think we need more. And you're playing players like a DCL or a Brendan Anderson, who we know doesn't have a big output. And I think Brendan Anderson's got one goal and 1 assist in 12 games. Not good enough. We need to have a bit more creativity in, and we've got that in Dan James, which we saw when he came on against Villa. He were a lot better. Willie Nonto getting back in the mix, and we need to see more from Okafor. So, and what I would also like to see is a few more bodies in the box from the midfielders. We need to be a bit more box to box. So it's not just down to the players; it is down to systems for me and instructions. He did say, though, obviously with the games coming up and the players missing and the rotation, we may see a bit of a change in formation. He may have to do something like that. It says he does it in game. He started again sticking up for himself. I do this in game. I don't want all the credit for it. What? You do it, but it's a reactive thing. You're not being proactive. It's not something you do out of choice. You're doing it because you have to do it at certain times. It's not something you suddenly think of, all right, I'm going to do this because it's going to make us better. You're not. You're just being reactive to what the opposition's doing, and it makes you have to make those decisions. So give that one a rest. I haven't watched all of it. I have to switch him off because, you know, it does go on and on and on a little bit. Obviously, we know there's going to be ups and downs this season. He says it all the time and talks about passion again. And you know, he has belief in this squad. And yes, okay, we've seen it. We saw it against the first half Villa. They're fighting for every ball. It were great. We matched him physically. He's very, you know, he is very loyal to his players. I'll give him that. He is. It's good that he's backing his players. He's backing what they're doing. But at the end of the day, it's points on the board, and we've got to figure out a better way to be getting these points. It's all well and good having the high stats, you know, possession and all that. These do not give you points on the board. It's goals that win you games, and we're not scoring enough of them. We need to tighten it up at the back, and yes, we do need to be more effective in the final third. But doing what we're doing now isn't working tactically or formation wise for me. I think something needs to change. So that's where I am with that. You know, again, I still think he's got till after the Liverpool game, depending on results. Listen, if he's doing well and Leeds are doing well, I still don't think he's a good manager. I know I'm going to say this. I've said it for time. You know, he's deserved his chance in the Premier League. I said 10 games. He's had 12. And we're sitting third front bottom. So that's not good. And again, I'm still not seeing enough. I see it in parts. And, you know, in each game, yes, I understand you can't be on top all that game. I'm not that stupid. You know, there's going to be times where we are backs to the wall. But when you're back to the wall and you're still trying to do the same things, that's when you're going to get found out. You know, lapse of concentration is costing us. That's something that's got to be addressed. In the Premier League, you're going to be punished. You know, teams don't need a lot of chances to score goals, whereas we do. We need to be getting in better areas and maybe creating better chances for as strikers and as forward players. Again, that's down to the manager to do that. And at the end of the day, we can talk about players and we can bash players and things like that. It all ends with a manager. So I think it's talking the talk, but he's not walking the walk. And you know, if some miraculous, you know, the hand of God or whatever gets us some points in these next 3 games, then fine, okay. Then he's got a few more games, and that's the way it is. That's the way it is. But I still don't believe that he is the right manager for us. But anyway, that is what I think. Let me know what you guys think. I know again the fan base is still up. It's up in the air on Daniel Farke. A lot want to change. We can all see the same sort of things, but let me know what you guys think about it. And again, loving the comments from the last video. Keep the support going, guys, and I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers.